going for situational interviews. What are situational interviews? That was like in the very difference is behavioral questions are about your own past experiences, right? Situational questions are about problem solving. They will give you situations. They will give you a very conflicted problem, and they will tell you how will you solve it. So uh, the behavioral questions were about your own past, your own experience, but situation questions can be about the future, about hypothetical questions. Okay, so the advantage is that the employers can put all candidates in the same hypothetical question and they can compare all the answers. They will ask everyone, that is also a part of your structured interview, that they will ask the very same hypothetical question to everyone, and they will then compare how well were your problem solving skills rather than theirs. So the purpose of these situational questions are the ability to think on your feet. How quickly are you able to come up with a solution? Decision making skills, interpersonal and conflict resolution abilities, adaptability to various work environments and challenges, your leadership skills. How well were you able to come up on a point where, well, like when you see that, okay, no one else is able to come up on a point, I can take my stand there and I can just plan and organize the entire team so that we come up with a solution, right? Now, what are some of the situational questions? What would you do if you made a strong recommendation in a meeting, but your colleagues decided against it? Next one can be, how would you handle if your team resisted a new idea or policy you introduced? Okay. How would you handle if the priorities for a project you were working on were suddenly changed? What would you do if the work of the employee you manage didn't meet expectations? And lastly, what would you do if your important task was not up to standard, but the deadline to complete it had passed? Will you still submit the task, or will you then prepare on the task? And since the deadline has already passed, it will be like a lot more time required there. So, like anyone can unmute themselves, raise your hand and unmute themselves, and then can answer, like try to answer any of the situational questions asked. Okay, Sandhya.
Yes, ma'am. I have in my previous organization. I had a task, it is a transition project. Initially, the task would take usually like almost like half an hour for 15 lines or 20 lines, and suddenly there was a huge volume, and we were unable to almost like 300 to 400 pages, and it crossed our deadline. But
Okay.
still, it's a good
Sandhya is
task.
unmuted, but I can't hear.
Okay, now
Yeah,
am
yeah,
I
yeah.
audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. For example, the deadline has been crossed, and the client has been asked where's the file, and but it was a critical file which they have rolled out for us. But still, we had went and submitted the file. Is this the good task, or how do we just address this question? We have already addressed like couple of questions. See, this was a critical task which was given, and the deadline also has been crossed. We have already initiated like before 3 to 4 hours. We request a couple of hours to finish the file, but the management did not say us still you don't have still, but still we have time, but the management is not disclosed for the lower, I mean for the analyst role, I mean the analyst people who are doing that this one. It was just a miscommunication between the management and the clients. This one, how do you handle this one?
Okay, so if I am a part of our analyst and I know that this is a very critical task and I need to finish it at a proper deadline. If I am for any reason not able to come up with a solution, not able to get the solution for the problem, I should be very clear to discuss it with my employer. They can go to their manager and they can show what is the work progress they have done up till now. Okay. What is the challenge they are facing as to why they have not been able to complete this task, and then the manager can then help the employees considering whether they have actually taken up good efforts there. So like since you said that it was a very critical task, this we should not go on with sending any solution, because then it will again come on us, and the manager will again tell us that like this is not a way to perform a task.